The Matas Bazelis rookie cards apparently are hot right now in the Chicagoland area. Shout out to the card store in Schaumburg that said that they are flying off the shelves. Everyone wants a piece of his stock right now in a draft class that was not exceptional by any means. At least we don't think it was going to be, and he's been a bright piece of it. We got Kylen Mills talking about his 19-point performance, second 19-point performance of the preseason. Also reached double figures in the game that he didn't score 19. Kylen was there courtside with Stacey King calling the game on Chicago Sports Network. The debut, first of all, congratulations. Welcome to the program. Putting you right on the spot. Matas Buzelis, is this a guy that the Bulls are building around right now?
This is a guy the Bulls are building around, Chuck. And this is a guy that I think, and also Stacey King has told me, so this is a 3-time NBA champion, could be a star in the NBA. Buzelis, as you mentioned, not a top 5 draft pick, but look, Steph Curry wasn't a top 5 draft pick. Some of the greatest players in this game were not top 5 draft picks. So could this be the Bulls front office did a great job in evaluating and bringing in a guy with a ton of potential. Watching Buzelis' skill set up close and personal, you're looking at a guy who's 6'10". There were some questions about his ball handling ability that Stacey and I discussed tonight. Not the case at all. I think Buzelis, for his size, is an elite ball handler. In the last couple of games, you've seen him be able to blow by the posts that are guarding him and utilize that skill set to get to the cup, even weaving between a couple other defenders who might be sliding over to help. So Buzelis has a really versatile skill set. He's a 6'10" forward who can knock down the 3 ball, shot more than 36 from beyond the arc, 36%, I should say, from beyond the arc last season as a rookie. When he earned a starting role, which took some time, there's going to be an adjustment for rookies. When he earned a starting role last year after January 29th, Buzelis averaged more than 13 points, 4.5 boards, nearly 2 assists, and more than 1 block per game, which gives you an idea. And again, shooting the 3 ball at a decent clip, which gives you an idea of the kind of skill set we're talking about. This is a guy that has length. He has height. Would love to see him put on a few pounds, but has a skill set that lends himself to being that modern type of big that you look for, who can shoot the outside shot. He's a willing passer, can continue to improve in that area and then improve defensively as well. But the sky's the limit for Matas Buzelis for sure.
So would you say right now, because I always, when I see someone with that size and that fluidity, I'm like, this guy could be a playmaker. You know, this guy could drive and kick. Didn't have any assists in the game tonight. When I see Buzelis play, I see him as someone that can just shoot the rock and also use his size to create mismatches, to go to work on the block, has a little bit of a pull-up game, nice spin, like just has a lot to his bag. But how pertinent is that 3-point shot being close to 40% throughout the season to take the next step? Like, is he a 3-point shooter per se?
I think it's an area that he's still working to progress in, but for a guy who's 6'10", Buzelis does shoot the 3 ball at a high enough clip to where he is going to force defenses to respect him. Like, you cannot completely sag off him and just leave him wide open from beyond the arc, because he can and will punish you. This particular preseason game against the Bucks was not his best or his brightest. I think he went 2 for 6 from beyond the arc, I think it was. He made a couple of threes, but I wouldn't say he's a 3-point shooter. But is he going to shoot the 3 ball well enough that you're going to have to go out to defend him? And then that's where he can attack those bigger or slower defenders on the bounce, because you do have to step out on him. You definitely cannot just hang around in the paint and give him that shot all day, because especially when he's wide open, I saw him make a couple of nice open corner threes in this game. He is going to hit those shots. And then I just was beyond impressed by his body control and finishing ability on the bounce, attacking the basket, driving to the cup. He had multiple really good finishes, either through traffic or, again, just kind of like weaving around bodies in the paint. He continues to work on his pull-up game, his mid-range shot. That's another area of continued improvement, but he has a high shot pocket. And with his height, Buzelis can shoot over virtually any defender, or at least any defender who's going to be coming out and defending him on the outside, to where he's trying to attack them on the dribble and get into that mid-range game. Like most defenders, when he keeps the ball high, he's going to be able to shoot over them. So he has a pretty high shot pocket to where that mid-range game can also be lethal, working on finishing and being able to shoot it on the bounce. But Buzelis' skill set absolutely is a guy who can score in a variety of ways, super versatile, which is exactly the way the league is going right now. Those are the stars that we're seeing. And I think Buzelis could absolutely be a future star in this league. No question.
The Bulls are kind of the local Chicago Bulls right now. Montes Bazelis,
Yeah.
Hinsdale, Ayo Dosunmu, Illinois. I mean, you got the local flair there. Ayo Dosunmu specifically, he's
I can
been
talk about
good,
him.
hasn't been great. He was great in this game. Is he expected to have a breakout year?
Ayo Dosunmu actually put up career numbers last year. The thing is, he was not a regular starter, but the numbers last season were impressive, Chuck. Dosunmu shot more than, I think it was 49% from the field, which is very, very good for a guard.
12 points a game.
12 points per game, 3.5 boards. That's what I was about to say. But also, he's a really, really good passer. That was what really stood out to me from this game against the Bucks. Last year, he averaged 4.5 assists per game. He had multiple no-look passes, multiple dimes. He actually only had a couple assists in this game, and one of those I was mad at Montes Buzelis about because it should have been an assist, and Buzelis didn't take the wide open 5-foot kind of short mid-range floatery shot that he had after a beautiful no-look pass from Ayo. But this is a guy who has vision. He has a high basketball IQ. His maturation the last couple of years has been significant. He's doing a much better job of making the right reads when he gets into the paint because Dosunmu, with his speed, when he gets going, a full head of steam, he's very difficult to stop in the lane. And when there are a crowd of bodies in there, he's now doing a great job of kicking out or finding different ways to score, using a little bit of craftiness, keeping his body under control. I could see Dosunmu having a massive year. And he played really well in the Bulls' second preseason game as well against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are widely the Eastern Conference favorites. He led the team with 16 points, 4 rebounds in just 22 minutes. So pretty efficient performance in back-to-back games. I think that Dosunmu is a player who has, again, a ton of potential. I'm debating whether I want to say star potential, but he has potential definitely to be more than a bench player, but I could see him being a 6th man of the year candidate.
Yeah, definitely someone that could put the ball in the basket. Going back to Bazelis, Gordon Hayward had him on the program the other day.
Gordon.
He actually said that that there's. I told him that there's some similarities between the two, and he gave his response.
Well, first I got to say, there's all these comparisons. It's funny. It's like it has to be somebody that's the same skin color of you, right? That's how it was for me when I came out. I think I was compared to Mike Dunleavy. But yeah, I mean, I think Bazelis, I actually was talking about him this morning. He had a really good preseason game yesterday. I think he's going to be super nice. I think he's a little bit different than me because he's like 6'10", but and super fluid, and I think he's going to be really good.